Oh, hey, thank you guys. Love you. Group Make It Happen, everybody. That little jingle, it goes, I'm an excuse buster. Yeah, I'm an excuse buster. Okay, that's why I do Scentsy. I don't sing, but that jingle is very important. Did you know there are two kinds of people? Which one are you? There are those who make excuses and those who make things happen. Excuse busters. We all know that Scentsy success doesn't happen by magic, even though it's pretty magical. And it's not rocket science, even though Orville's pretty genius. But it's a matter of performing simple actions, 3 of them, over and over. Sharing, booking parties, and sponsoring. In the next few minutes, I hope that you will take away that anything is possible for you, and that you'll be willing to identify and commit to busting through the excuses that are currently stealing your Scentsy success. Do you remember when you joined Scentsy how excited you were? Well, I do, and I remember, and I'm still ecstatic. Anybody with me? Because I knew what was possible, and I knew what I wanted, and I knew there were people who were already making good money in this industry, the kind of money that top CEOs of corporations and successful doctors and lawyers make. And I wanted to make that money too. But I didn't want to have to go to school, because I'm kind of ADD, and I really never felt smart enough to do that. So I always looked at companies, and I bought a lot of product, and I even tried a few. And then I kind of had a love-hate relationship. I wanted it, but I knew I couldn't do it. Unless, of course, I came across a dream company with dream products. You know, products that everybody wanted, that had a huge place in the market, that was consumable and affordable and really great quality, and was really simple to share because I am not a salesperson. And while I was dreaming, I wanted wonderful owners who were all in for the long haul, who would be willing to give more than they took. And until I found Scentsy, yes, I was only dreaming. But I can stand here and tell you that we've got it, guys. We have wonderful owners, we have dream products, and we have a dream company. And I'm really enjoying some dream income. And you can do that too. But it's not going to happen without overcoming challenges, without learning to recognize excuses for the enemy to success that they are, not without becoming an excuse buster. Because the bottom line is, life is hard. It's not easy, and it's not fair, and it will always give us all the excuse-making material we want, and then some. None of my life was easy, as I know most of yours isn't either, because it's not. I was born with a serious heart defect and not expected to live, and then returned home at the age of 2 to a drug addict mother. Through most of my years, I experienced physical, emotional, and sexual abuse. At the age of 8, my mother took me and my 2 little sisters on a plane ride to another state. Then after a long car ride, she stopped the car, pointed to a little old lady with puppies, and said, "I'll see you girls in a few hours." And we never saw her again. So like you, I am no stranger to hard times. But what I have discovered is that if you want to be successful in Scentsy or any other area of your life, you just need to realize we're not products of our circumstances, we're products of our choices. Your value and your success is not determined by events, by the unhealthy actions or opinions or mistakes of others, or by the millions of things that can and will go wrong or change every day, but rather by your choices. If you want to succeed in Scentsy, then you need to learn to identify the excuses that are keeping you from sponsoring, building a team, earning the monthly sales award, the incentive trip, or promoting all the way to SuperStar director or earning the Circle of Excellence. The only way to make this happen is to become an excuse buster. Now we as passionate, any passion out there? Scentsy consultants have an incredible future ahead of us. We're young, we've seen nothing yet. Someday we'll have millions of consultants who will be in your organization. And every day I see enthusiastic, excuse-busting consultants doing the 3 simple basics of sharing and booking parties and sponsoring. And as a result, they and their teams and their checks are growing because there is no stopping a committed, excuse-busting, Scentsy family consultant who knows what they want. When I first joined Scentsy, I drove 3 hours to the closest meeting that my wonderful sponsor and friend Dorothy Thurman invited me to. There I found my Scentsy hero. Do you have a Scentsy hero? When mine was Adie Mitchell. She'd been with the company 2 years. She was already making that dream money, and she was fun and she was friendly. And when I left there, I thought, I want to do what Adie has done. If she can do it, I can do it too. So as I journeyed home, I gave myself a 30-day challenge. For the next 30 days, I was going to sacrifice, and it was a sacrifice, any other demands of my time so I could plug in a warmer for 3 to 5 people a day. I wanted to find out that if I diligently and consistently shared my business, if I could get results that I knew direct sales offered. Now, this was not an easy task because I was very busy. I had a traditional business, a wife and a mother, an author and a speaker, and very active in my church. But the real problem was I had to find 3 to 5 people a day to plug my warmer in for. See, I lived in a town of about 350 people, and the next closest town, 20 miles away, had 6,000. And so the first excuses I came across were, wait a minute, I don't know that many people. In fact, I don't think that many people really live around here. I think they're counting chickens. But if they do, I am sure they've heard of Scentsy. Do you tell yourself these kind of same excuses too? But I knew I had to bust through if I wanted what I said I wanted. And I knew that if I plugged in a warmer and they experienced that scent, they would have a hard time to say no, right? You just can't say no to Scentsy. Now, it also turns out that this bright idea of mine to start my 30-day challenge happened on New Year's Day. It was a holiday. And I was ready to go, and then I think, oh, wait a minute. Don't you think that's a good excuse? I can't call them. It's a holiday. You know, this is not good time. How many times do you tell yourself, yeah, I don't want to be a bother, and this is not a good time? Here's the hard truth. Here's what successful people know. There is no time like the present. And if we talk ourselves out of action today, we will talk ourselves out of action tomorrow. So I picked up the phone and called people I barely knew. And I'd say something like, hi, this is Becca Levie, and we met one time at, or hi, this is Becca Levie, and our kids go to the same school. Are you going to be home today? Because I have something fun to show you. Maybe because it was so random and unexpected, they said, sure, come on over. So I remember driving to the big city, and I was prepared. I had my warmer out and cubes of the Scentsy favorites already broken off so they could choose a scent. And I got to the first house, took a deep breath, and then I literally shook all the way to the door, just like I shook all the way to the stage today. And I remember the first lady, she comes out, and she says, hello. And then she goes, oh, Scentsy, I had that exact warmer on my counter. Come see. I remember feeling crushed. I was thinking, oh, yep, see, saturated. This is not going to work. But I was there, so I came in. She later told me that I looked crushed, too. But I said to myself, what am I going to do? And then I said, wait, there's another question I could ask her. So with all the courage I could muster, I said, so you do like Scentsy, and so I'm wondering if you'd like to get some more for free. Would you like to have a party for me? And she said no. And if I could have ran at that moment, I so would have. But technically, there's one more question I could ask, right? So I said, well, would you like to become a consultant? And she said yes. Now, if I had chosen in those first few moments to take those first few no's, and I've had thousands of moments just like that since, then I would have missed out on a wonderful team member, a great friend, and the large organization I have today. Now, another powerful learning moment in my business came when I was emailing a lady from another city. See, I knew that if I was going to get what 80 and others had, that I was going to have to learn to choose, to make myself ask everyone I came in contact with if they've had a personal experience with Scentsy. Everybody's probably heard of Scentsy, or we think they have, but have they had a personal experience? But true to my scaredy cat nature, I was making excuses about even asking this in an email. I remember telling myself, okay, let's see. I'm doing business with our other business. This probably is not appropriate. And, she lives right up there where Scentsy started, right up there by Karen Collette. And surely she's heard of it. I just know Scentsy's saturated. Blah, blah, blah. Do you have that going on in your head too? Thankfully, these thoughts came in my head that have served me ever since. If you think small, you're going to get small. If you think big, you can get big. And if she says no, I'll just say next. At that moment, I put on imaginary blinders, the kind of blinders they put on horses to keep the flies off their eyes. And I told myself, I was just going to wear those blinders everywhere I went, keep asking those 3 questions, and let the no's bounce off until I got the results I wanted. Making that choice that day was critical to my success. So I offer you the same technique. Are you willing to put on your imaginary blinders and super glue those puppies on? And just keep asking those 3 simple questions over and over till you get what you want? Anybody gonna try the blinders? From that day forward, my mantras became, I don't have to be perfect to be powerful. If I think small, I will get small. If I think big, I'll get big. If 80 can do it, I can do it too. And I can't say the wrong thing to the right person or the right thing to the wrong person. Between the blinders and these thoughts, it gave me the courage to keep busting through the excuses to get the results I have today. The next excuses I could have used to quit came from the growing pains of home office. When I joined Scentsy, we didn't have new consultant startup guides and fabulous product videos and all the amazing things that we do today. We had problems. And I knew that, I remember as a brand new consultant, taking orders for warmers that my customers intended to give for Valentine's and Easter and Mother's Day presents, only to find out that these warmers were back ordered for months, way past the holidays. So we had problems with back orders, we had problems with websites, we had problems with shipping, we had problems, just like we do today. But thank heavens I didn't let it stop me. So I've heard this question posed to you from Joel in his class and from different speakers. What excuses are you identifying that are keeping you, that are the enemies that are stealing your success? Do you know what they are? Perhaps it's price increases, policy changes, difficult team members, expecting everyone to share the same passion as you, or expecting yourself or others or home office to be perfect, because that's never, ever going to happen. Success comes by focusing on what's right with the situation, not what's wrong. We need to find what we have to work with and go with that until the rest of it gets worked out. It sounds like you're ready to make that commitment, right? Now, probably the biggest set of excuses on top of those fear and all those problems was my family. At first, they really resented the time and money I was putting into Scentsy. And my teenagers would hide my phone. And my sweet husband, who many of you know, he said, babe, I know there's a relative amount of success that you can achieve, but the kind of success that you want, it's a myth or reserved for a special few. And it was hard because you just don't have time. I didn't have time to keep up with the dishes and the laundry, and we ate out a lot, which was good because I'm a bad cook anyways, but here's the thing. It was hard, but I knew what I wanted. And I know that you know what I'm talking about too, because all of us consultants, to build a successful business, have to overcome and bust through all of these different excuses to get the success we want. Now today, my family is ever so grateful. We love our Scentsy family. We love our cherished friends. We love our journey and the life that it affords. So how did I and how do you get that unshakable, excuse-busting belief so you can keep asking those questions? Well, faith comes by hearing the word. And it doesn't matter what word you're hearing, you're going to have faith, whether that's saturation or that's negativity. Whatever it is that you're listening to, that's where your faith is, because faith comes by hearing the word. So if you want to have the faith to bust through excuses and earn the dream income, and you heard Orville say, they will grow as big as our dreams are. And I've still got big ones. And I've got them for my team. So if we want the faith to do that, love you, then we need to take advantage of all the trainings that our leaders, and we have so many superstars who adopt us and let us, whatever it is, to get the faith so that you can be an expert at booking and sponsoring. And here's the thing, faith has a short shelf life. It's like milk. You know, you got to put it in the fridge, and our faith we have to renew. So you're going to have to keep listening and training through your whole Scentsy career. And now, as my group Make It Happen knows, several years ago, I was able to bring my beautiful, amazing daughter, Callie Petticord, on board with me. My business was making enough money that I could pay her as much as she was earning at American Express. During those 4 years that we've been together now, that teenager who hid my phone, now we're super close. We get to travel thanks to Scentsy and all the places together. And we've built our business together. And heck, as many of you know, she's smarter and better than me. And so now, me and my husband can go and travel and do mission and service type work and go and visit friends and family, because guys, that's what this direct sales industry is all about. It's about friends and family and fun and financial freedom and leaving a business to our children and their children. So we have the Dream Company. So if you choose to become an excuse buster, the world is yours. So I'm out of time, but I need you all to do me a favor. Stand up with me, and on the count of 3, sing 4 times, I'm an excuse buster, okay? And it's the I'm a Girl Watcher tune. I'm an excuse buster. See, I can't sing. I'm an excuse buster. Yeah, I'm an excuse buster. Yeah, I'm an excuse buster. All right, go bust some excuses.